All right, so here I want to talk to you about the real estate industry as a whole, but the model itself of real estate is actually a flawed model. So some of your success or lack thereof is actually done by design. These big brokerages and these like multinational companies that are all around the world make billions of dollars of income could flick on a switch and give you more leads than you could ever handle. But at the end of the day, why would they do that? They're still making so much money without doing that. So the model is actually flawed. They could easily do it for you. They're charging you enough money to do it. So like, why not do it? Well, it's designed that way on purpose. You know, they have a systematic approach to extract as much money as they can from you while keeping you happy enough with an award or a function or a dinner or lunch or whatever it is, or like, you know, a pat on the back and saying, hey, you're doing a great job making, $75,000 a year, $100,000 a year, $250,000. Oh my gosh, we'll give you an award show if you make $1 million a year. You'll be praised by the industry. Yet the praise is coming from guys making billions of dollars a year, which doesn't make any sense because it's a flawed model. It's designed to make them more and more money. So, what I understood this when I first started in real estate, and I didn't quite understand like why at the time that, I had several brokerages when I first started. I went to one and I didn't like the atmosphere, and then went to the next one and didn't have very good coaching. The next one didn't have a good infrastructure. The next one, I had to try out several, and then I found one like I actually kind of liked, and he was sort of the best one. But the problem was he still didn't give me great training. It was okay training. It wasn't designed in a way to make me a huge success, which didn't really make any sense to me. I'm like, if you guys just show me how to make more money, then you in turn will make more money yourselves. But it wasn't work that way. I said, I want to earn more, and they're like, okay, go and find someone who can teach you how to earn more. I'm like, I'm paying you guys. Why would I go find someone else? I'm paying you guys. It doesn't work like that. So the model is actually designed to be flawed. But it survived so long. The industry itself has survived this long and has produced literally tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of realtors over 40, 50, 60, 80 years that this industry has been around. It's survived this long because of the sadness of realtors accept less. They accept mediocre. They accept being average. One of the biggest problems is that realtors accept good enough, and I hate good enough. And the problem with good enough is, realtors think they're being a huge success because they're made, they got an award, or they're top of their class, or in the top 10, or they did something, and it's like it's enough to get that level of award or recognition, but it's not enough to build the life of their dreams. It's not enough to buy a private jet, or go on vacation for 6 months a year, or earn more money than you can spend, earn more money while you sleep than you can spend when you're awake. It's not designed that way, and unfortunately, good enough does not translate to a huge business. If I earned what most agents earn in the city, or in the world for that matter, my business would go broke. We'd be bankrupt instantly. We had to earn millions of dollars a year to continue to grow this company. So I don't understand why mediocre is sort of like the norm out there. And when I first started, I was happy enough just to make enough money to pay the bills. I was happy enough to make enough money just to get the award or whatever it was. But I was unhappy with the results I was getting because I knew I could do so much more. I knew I could make more. I knew I could service more people. I knew I could build a big team, but I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. So I needed help, and I didn't know where to go or what direction to turn. But sadly, I hired a real estate quote unquote guru or coach or whatever you want to call them. They had big industry experience, and they were number one in their field when they were selling real estate. And I got the training, and it was terrible training. It was like really bad training. I was like, this won't even bring me in what I'm already earning. So I'm like, why would I even implement this? But you try and implement what they teach you, and guess what? It fails. But they got my $1,000, right? So it's like, oh man, now what? And then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And like, I think I've hired 8 to 9 realtor coaches over the years, and it was the same result. It wasn't me. I was doing exactly down to the T of what they were coaching, and it wasn't getting the results. I was like, this doesn't make sense, doesn't translate. When I first met one of my mentors, Jay Abraham, he said the best income earners in real estate sales are the people coaching real estate agents. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, is that why they do it? I was like, it's just for like a money thing. And I was like, that sucks. Because I was like, I really want to like help people and teach people and show people what I do and what I've learned. I've learned the hard way through trial and error, unfortunately. And but I've learned a lot, and I've tried a lot too, right? I've failed a lot, and all my successes we sort of distilled down into this 1 hour long webinar where we want to introduce it to you coming up. If you've signed up for it, great. I'm super happy for you. You're going to learn a ton in there, and it's really going to be something I'm hoping at the end of the day you just haven't heard this, because most people I speak to, most realtors I speak to, they've never heard this before. Like, I got a wall of properties behind me. These are properties I own. Okay, there's 30 on the wall. This is my wall of fame. These are the best ones I have. I have a lot more than that, but these are my favorite ones. They've earned me a lot of money, but this is secondary to my business, my sales business, and I absolutely love sales. I love dealing with people, and it's earned me an awful lot of money. But that sales commissions goes into that, and those income producing properties and those flips that I do make me millions of dollars a year. And it's something that most realtors don't get. They don't pick up on that. Sadly, real estate is the only industry that I understand of anyways in the world that you could sell something you don't own. Can you imagine going to a stockbroker and saying, here's $100,000, invest this, it's all the money I've got, it's my retirement fund, and then you find out that stockbroker doesn't invest in the stock market, or worse, can't afford to invest in the stock market? You'd be like, no thanks, give me my money back. You would never do it. But real estate, unfortunately, is probably the only industry just like that. You can sell something you don't own. You can give investment advice to people that who want to invest in real estate, but you don't even invest in yourself, and no one says anything about it. But at the end of the day, you need to use that as your tool. You need to use that to say, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, I can invest in real estate. I can grow my sales business. There's a lot of things we're going to cover in this webinar, and I really hope to see you out there.